Welcome to HOIA, Healthy, Organic, Inspired Asian Food and Cooking. I'm Diane Yang Kirk, and today we're going to be making Vietnamese spring rolls. You know, it's interesting. I worked at a restaurant where they called them summer rolls, and so I guess that means it's good for any season. They're great for parties, and everybody loves them. So let's get started. Cooking is all about timing, so I'm going to make sure that my 2 pots of water are boiling while I get started on my chicken. This pot is going to be for poaching my shrimp and my chicken, and this is going to be for my noodles. I have some chicken breast tenders. This recipe traditionally is made with pork. I decided to poach some chicken. Why not? We're poaching our chicken because it's the leanest option. I'm done cutting my chicken. I'm going to put it back into the bowl, but I'm definitely going to wash my hands, my knife, and my cutting board because everything else from this point is going to be cooked. My water is boiling, so I'm going to make my thin rice vermicelli noodles. Follow the instructions that came with your noodles. My noodles are ready. To start the cooking process, I want to put them into a bowl of cold water, and I also have my strainer here so that it makes for easy removal. Now I'm going to poach the shrimp and the chicken. The shrimp I have still has the shell on it, and it's fine either way, whether you cook it with the shell on or off. Eventually the shell's coming off. Whoops. You can of course buy your shrimp without shells if you don't want to get your fingers all shrimpy. The shrimp is very tender and we want to keep it that way, so as soon as it boils, you can pull it out. And just like the chicken, you want to make sure that you wash the bowl that you have the raw shrimp in so that it doesn't get contaminated. In the same water that I had cooked the shrimp in, because there's some savoriness that will have come out of the shrimp, I'm going to cook the chicken just to get a little extra flavor. You're going to want to watch this chicken very closely because when poaching, it's going to cook almost instantly. I'm peeling my shrimp now, and I left the shell on primarily because it holds the shape a little bit better. So when it ends up in my roll, it just looks a little bit prettier. Take the tail off. Ooh. Hot, 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 hot. Now that the shrimp is peeled, we're going to slice it in half and also remove what are considered the shrimp's intestines. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Intestines. The digestive tract. The poop tract. It's guts. It's just that black line that's in the middle. When you cut it open, you'll see that on top. Just want to get rid of that. So we don't want shrimp waste. And so there you go. You can see that the shrimp that's going to end up in your spring roll is really pretty and flat. And then we repeat. And now we build. This is our rice paper for our fresh spring rolls. And it kind of has a plasticky, you can even hear it, texture to it. When you put it in lukewarm water, it will turn into pliable rice paper. Just turn that around a little bit. When you pull it out, it will still feel a little plasticky, and that's okay. You have to work really fast because otherwise this will disintegrate. I'm gonna break the lettuce because if you look at the length of the roll, I just wanna make sure it all fits and nothing comes out and bursts out the sides. A little bit of rice noodles. You can pretty much put whatever it is that you want. Cucumbers, fresh herbs. I have mint, cilantro, basil, cucumber, bean sprouts, and it's all delicious in a spring roll. So let's try a piece of basil, some cilantro, cucumber, 2 pieces. I love that cucumber. And you see how the cucumber length is a little bit long in comparison? I'm just gonna break off the end so it doesn't pop out the side. And finally some delicious crunchy bean sprouts. I'm gonna place the shrimp towards the front, and I'm gonna make sure that the pretty orange side is facing down so you can see it from the outside. And I'm gonna do a combo roll right now. Why not? Some chicken and shrimp. Here we go. So you pick up one end first from the back, and you just want to cover it, and I'm gonna kind of make it as tight as possible. I'm gonna roll that, and then you bring the edges in. It's getting a little sticky. Here we go. Just like a burrito. I wonder who invented it first. And then we're gonna roll it some more. And if you like this at the very end, just 1 or 2 pieces of chives. And it just gives a really kind of nice touch. And then we roll it again. Definitely want to move pretty quickly because the skin will stick to whatever surface. So there we go. We have our first spring roll with some chicken and shrimp. You can see all that. And you see all the pretty greens. Let's go again. It's like Mission Impossible. So you'll see the shrimp, the chicken, the chives, the lettuce, like a little shrimp bug. Right? I'm gonna make one with just vegetables. Just taking the top half. A little bit of rice noodles. I'm gonna use some snow pea and a slice of red bell pepper towards the top of the roll, and it reminds me of shrimp. Some cilantro, basil, mint. This is the Mac Daddy vegetable version. And you know what? I'm going to move one mint leaf over here and one basil leaf over there so we can just see all the color as I roll. Okay, now we're going to do the roll. Do the roll. Do the roll. Just looks so healthy and you just want to. We're making 2 sauces today. The first is a peanut sauce and another is a Vietnamese dipping sauce. Ingredients for sauce 1. Ingredients for sauce 2. The peanut sauce is so yummy because it's so peanutty. I came up with this recipe one day when I was making spring rolls and it just works, so I'm sticking with it. Peanut butter. You need peanut butter for peanut butter dipping sauce. I'm gonna use 2 half tablespoons, so 1 full tablespoon. I chose this spoon because it is the smallest size spoon for all of these recipes, so that way it's the lowest number denominator something. It just means less cleanup later. Organic almond milk. Whoops! It's about 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to do equal parts, so 1 tablespoon as well, and just give that a stir. It's a little less thick than just regular peanut butter, but it's definitely creamy and nutty. Next we have our sweetness component. For this, we're gonna use half of what we did before. But because it's agave, we're going to use just a tiny bit less because agave per measurement is just a little less than sugar. Yummy. I'm gonna do just a tiny drizzle of soy sauce. And then finally, some sesame oil. The sesame oil, I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon. And we're gonna give that a stir again. Mmm, it smells so good. Here we go. So at this point, if you want a slightly thinner sauce, you could add more almond milk, but if you like it like this consistency, it should be all good. I'm going to taste this. Mmm, oh, it's so nutty. And then pour this into my serving dish. I have a serving tip here, Because the sauce usually when I'm mixing it ends up all on the sides of the bowl, I like it to look really clean, just like this. So I will use a larger bowl for mixing and pour it into my really pretty, nice, small serving dish. I like to throw in just a little bit of garnish so that it looks really pretty. There's just a couple of fresh ingredients in the second sauce. In a Vietnamese dipping sauce, there is a lot of chopped garlic. I smash the garlic before I chop it because I have no idea why I smashed the garlic first, but apparently it makes me look like a chef. HOIA! HOIA! The next rule of this, if you can remember, 4, 2, 1. So half, half, half. I want to use 4 half tablespoons, so 2 tablespoons of water. So that's 4. And then 2 of the sugar content. Remember, agave is a little sweeter than regular sugar, so I'm going to use just a little bit less. Mix that in. And there we go. Agave doing its thing. I don't have to melt it. And it has low glycemic index. Fish sauce. If you want to know if fish sauce has any fish in it, yeah, it does. Chili garlic sauce. Instead of using real Thai chilies and risking maybe getting chili fingers, make sure you don't touch your eyes or anywhere else sensitive on your body. It's happened before with chilies. I'm going to cheat just a little bit and use a chili garlic sauce. It'll give it the beautiful red color. It's starting to look like Vietnamese dipping sauce. All right, so I have a lime and also rice vinegar. If limes are not in season or if you don't have one, you can use this as a substitute, but you definitely need a little bit of a sour content. So we're gonna use our fresh lime since we have it. I'm gonna roll the lime so I can get the most juice out of it. Cut it in half and just give it a squeeze. Depending on how juicy it is, you might want to add a little bit more. So this sauce really can be made to taste. That. I need to try it some more because it's so good. Pour it into our serving bowl. Perfection. And before I put it on the plate, I'm just going to slice a little bit of green onion and it'll float on top and voila! We have a peanut butter sauce and a Vietnamese dipping sauce. I slice them at an angle and I'm going to plate them so that they're ready to eat. And that's how you make Vietnamese spring rolls, summer rolls, fall rolls, winter rolls. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you decide to make this at home, send me a picture and tell me which sauce you made. HOIA!
Did you tell me about the size of the shrimp?
Bigger is better. I think of them as all season rolls because, for any, blah, 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 blah. What do I say after that?
Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, let's go. One more time. And that's how you make Vietnamese spring rolls.
Winner!
Yay! If you enjoyed this episode of HOIA Food and Cooking, please like this video and share it with your friends. New videos will be going up each week on my channel, so please subscribe to see the latest delicious, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food recipes. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and tell me what you loved about this video, and also what dishes you'd like to see me prepare in the future. HOIA!